Well, so today we're going to discuss about economic issues and concepts. That's the first topic in our macroeconomic videos. Let's start with this idea. What we're going to discuss in this economic issues and concepts. One thing which we're going to discuss is what is economics, and we go over different subheadings of this what economics is. And then we will talk about the complexity of modern economies, like how the economies operate and how they interact with each other. Is there any, and then in the third topic we discuss, is there any alternative to the market economy? So we will discuss different economic systems in which market economy is one, and we see that is there any alternative available for the market economy that become efficient and also um, good for the whole country or the economy. So let's start with this first topic. In the second part, we will discuss about the complexity and market economy. What is economics? Economics is the study of use of scarce resources to satisfy unlimited human wants. So, economics is a management of scarce resources. And what is an objective of this management? To fulfill the unlimited human wants. Now, in this definition, two words are important. One is scarce resources. We all know that resources are scarce, like we have a limited available, because this whole sphere on which we are living is a one uh, globe, and globe is limited with the boundaries. So this whatever in it we have only this. So that's why the people are now trying their best to go to the Mars and other planets. They are searching for in the space, but whatever we have this in the boundaries of our globe. That's the maximum available. So resources are scarce or are limited, but human wants are unlimited. That everyone is having a long list of wish. You see, these if we ask anyone, can you develop a wish list? So it's a long wish list, every one of us. So that's very uh, it's normal that everyone wants more and more. As a human being, it is our desire that we get maximum, but at the same time we have to make alternative decisions, like which one is our priority. We all face that we have a 24 hours of a day. We have to decide how much time we allocate for job, how much time we allocate for family, how much time we allocate for entertainment, all these things that we have to weigh. And sometimes we have a more priority to our job, sometimes we have more priority to studies. So this is the way that we have to spend this 24 hours according to our this limited availability of time. When you talk with some a rich guy or a CEOs of a very big corporations, they always complain about the time, that they are spending too much time for their job, for their businesses, that they have left very little time to enjoy the life. So in very little time for enjoyment of life, and they are earning money for that enjoyment. But when they're gonna enjoy it? So that's the point, that they are facing this constraint or the limitation, that time is limited. uh, Apart from time, everything what we have in this sphere where we are living is limited, and the most limited thing is the land land available. So that's one of this resource from where we extract everything what we consume and what we use, like food. We are all growing food on land. Oil for energy for running our cars and all these things, and all precious metals, minerals, all these things that what we are extracting is land. So land is a big source. If we include the sea as a part of our land, like every country has a geographical boundaries. Even the boundary, sea or a river, whatever is included in it, if that is also a source of different things like a food or all other things that we can get it from river and the sea. So you see, this is a important. And every country has a limited land. It's not possible until unless you war and you occupy some areas. That's the way that you can increase your land size. Otherwise, there is no possibility. Or otherwise, someone suggests that you can become our 51st state. So by this way, they can increase their lands. Labor. Labor is the second important source because we need labor to use land, because land is itself is not usable until unless we have a labor to use it, to extract or to grow or something. Whatever we do on the land, we need labor. And labor is nowadays we divide the labor in a way that there's a mental power of the labor, we use gray matter of the labor, and also we use the physical power or a manpower of the labor. So most of the time we are using the combination, but these combinations can vary. Like we are using more of their gray matter powers, like when we are producing very sophisticated softwares, or we are producing microchips, and we are producing electronic gadgets, designing new things, or developing new things, innovating new things. What we are doing, we are using more their gray matter. When we are producing something like plowing in the field or harvesting the crop, and we stitching the clothes and all these things, or mining, using a labor to mine different types of minerals, and so this is what we use their muscle power. So muscle power, gray matter combined. Sometimes we use more like a brain power or a mental power. Sometimes we use more muscle power, but it's a combination. Labor is a combination of this. Those countries which they develop their human capital, they emphasize on their development of a human, their brain power or their mental capabilities. And those countries who are not capable, or they didn't spend so much money to develop their human capital, so they are depending mostly on their muscle power. So the third important factor in the resource is capital, tools, machineries, equipment, technologies. So these are the things, if they are available to our labor, and the labor is used for doing something on land, so we can produce something. So land, labor, and capital. Land is such a thing that is, we are not restricted only to the this earth, but it is any space where you can operate, where you can work. So nowadays most of the things are new business models are where they are operating through their servers, very small space, but a big business. So land, labor, and capital is a combination we use to produce something, to provide some services. And who combine these factors? Entrepreneurs. So entrepreneur is the fourth factor of production we define in economics. So land, labor, capital, and entrepreneurship. So entrepreneurship is a skill set, or a capability that they can use land, labor, and capital in such a way that they can make profit out of it. Now, when we use factors of production, what we do, we produce goods which are tangible, like cars, steel, coal, diamond, gold, whatever we are producing, cell phones, laptops. So these are the food, right? So these are all the things what we call it as a goods. But there are some things that we are also produce which have no, which are intangible, which we cannot physically see, like legal advice of a lawyer, or a doctor's prescription, or um, uh, or barber services, or anything which is not tangible, we cannot see after getting that service. Software developers, app developers, so they are basically doing something which we cannot see, but we can use it to get some good results. So goods and services, like a banking services, or financial services, these are all the good services they are produced. So goods and services we produce by using our factors of production. Production is an act of making something, and consumption is an act of using something. So we, as a as a part of the society or the economy. We are consumers and the producers at the same time. Producers, like we produce labor if we are working somewhere as an employee, so labor we are selling. uh, so and at the same time we are consuming when we get money remuneration from our labor. So what we do, we use this to buy consumable goods. Or now, as we just mentioned that resources are scarce. Now if the resources are scarce and scarcity exists, then there is a result of this scarcity that we have to make a choice. Because if there is no scarcity and we have unlimited resources, we don't need to make a choice. But whenever we have a scarcity, we have to make a choice. Like for example, if you are if you are doing you are watching this video. So if you are not watching this video, so definitely you are doing something else. So because this time is limited and you are doing this. So whenever, for example, you go to buy a car, and you like a one car, one model, but in that model there are different colors available and all are very good colors, very attractive colors. You have to make a choice which color you want, because you cannot buy all. So if you have unlimited money, then you can buy all. There is no need to make a choice. But if you have only money available to buy a one car, so then you have to make a choice. Same is the case with the phone. You buy a phone, you make a decision that which phone, iPhone, Samsung, or any other brand, out of which you have to decide one, because you have a resources to buy one. You go to buy a clothes, so you have to make a choice out of lot of clothes that which one you like, because you have a resource to only buy one. So that's why you make a choice. So choice arise when you have a limited resources. So relative to our desire, existing resources are scarce, and these are enough resources to produce only a fraction of the goods and services that we want. And scarcity therefore implies the need for a choice. now now when we are making choice, when you are making a choice, there is a cost. And cost is explicit when you, whatever the dollars you are paying for it, that is an explicit cost. But there is an implicit cost as well. And what is an implicit cost? That if you select a red car, then you cannot buy a black car. If you select iPhone, then you cannot buy a Samsung. So what is the opportunity cost of buying an iPhone? That you cannot carry a Samsung. Or if you buy a red car, you cannot drive a black car. That's the opportunity cost, is the next best alternative that you forego for it. So we define is the value of the next best alternative that is foregone when one alternative is sorry is chosen. Now with this example, we want to explain the idea of opportunity cost. So for example, a city government has a budget for for their road repair and a new bicycle path, and that is 12 million. So this 12 million they have to spend for road repair and new bicycle path. The cost of road repair is 1 million for 1 kilometer per kilometer, and for new bicycle path the cost is 500,000 per kilometer. Now if they spend all their 12 million for bicycle path, they can make 24 kilometers new bicycle path. If they spend all the money for road repair, they can repair 12 kilometers of road repair, right? So when we join these 2 points, we get this green line which reflects that all the combinations of these two activities is possible within this money of 12 million. Like you see here at point C, 9 kilometers of road repair and 6 kilometers of bicycle path. At this point, 3 kilometers of road repair and 18 kilometers of new bicycle path. Or any other point, if you want to see at C, at B, it's 6 kilometers of road repair and 12 kilometers of new bicycle path. However, there is another point we mentioned here is A. And if you look at A, it is 9 kilometers of road repair and around 15 kilometers of bicycle path. Do you think it is possible with a $12 million? No, it is not possible. And that's why we mention it as it is unattainable combination, which is not possible. So it is out of budget. You see, it is out of budget. All the things that is possible is within the budget. Yes, it is possible that we can do this, but in that case, we are not utilizing all our resources, and resources 12 million. So if we do 3 and 6, it means we are not utilizing our all resources. We just using 3 million, and then 3 million, 6 million only, not 12 million. So all the points within budget line is possible, and outside budget line is impossible or unattainable. Now, if we talk in terms of now this budget is allocated for 12 million. Now, what is an opportunity cost of 1 kilometer of road repair? This is 2 kilometers of bicycle path. What is an opportunity cost of 1 kilometer of bicycle path is half kilometer of road repair, because you see here the cost is 1 million and 500,000. So 1 kilometer, the opportunity cost of 1 kilometer of road repair is 2 kilometers of new bicycle. 1 kilometer of uh, 1 kilometer of new bike path is 0.5 kilometer of road repair. So this is what we call it as an opportunity cost. We are not saying that opportunity cost is 1 million or 500,000. No, we are saying opportunity cost of one opportunity cost, not the explicit cost. The opportunity cost of 1 kilometer of road repair is 2 kilometers of bicycle path, or 1 kilometer of bicycle path is half kilometer of road repair. Points that lie on or inside the budget line are attainable, which is possible as I explained you, but then the points which are outside, they are unattainable. Now, similar to that idea, we also explain this economy with the help of this production possibility boundary, or sometimes we also use as a production possibility frontier. This boundary explains that the economy is where the economies are operating. So the maximum the economies can operate is their production possibility boundary, like on that they can produce different goods, but here we are assuming only two goods, like the economy are producing two goods. What is their possible outcome? Like if you look this way, that there are two goods. One is quantity of goods sold, quantity of consumption goods, and quantity of investment goods. We can say that consumption goods is a pizza, or investment good is a pizza maker or a dough maker, whatever the machine we use for making pizzas. Now, these dark purple line is a boundary that reflects that the economy has enough resources that they can produce all these combinations. All these combinations, like A, B, C. Now, A, if we see A point is a point where we are making more quantity of investment goods and less quantity of consumption goods. Point B is we decrease the investment goods, but we increase the consumption goods. And then at point C, we increase the investment goods too low, and we increase the consumption goods too high. So these are all possible combination within the economy's resources that we can produce these two goods, investment goods or consumption goods. Now, you see there are few points E or F. Now, E or F are very similar to the budget line concept, unattainable. These are out of the boundary. So, if it is out of the boundary, we cannot make these combinations because our resources are limited, scarce resources. So, point E and F show scarcity, they are unattainable. Point A, B, C, D, which I mentioned. D I didn't mention here, but D is also possible. Also possible. But what's the problem with the D? We will discuss. Point A, B, C, D show choices that are all attainable, but which one will be chosen? Now, the point is which one is going to be chosen? A, B, C, or a D. D is inefficient. This one is inefficient. We are not going to use it because what we are doing at point D, some resources are idle or misutilized or underutilized. So that's the way that D is not efficient. Yes, A, B, C, all are equal. They are not different in a way. However, we decide that which combination we're going to select, but these are all equal because they are all on the production possibility frontier or a boundary. So production possibility boundary gives us an idea that how much, if we use all our resources, how much maximum we can produce, how much maximum we can produce any good or a service. So here we mentioned the two goods to explain this idea. Now, the question is that which goods we have to produce. Now this question is answered in a way, and that's what we call it as a very fundamental questions in economics we discuss. So the first one is what to produce and how to produce. That's the first question. What is produced and how? So we all are deciding this as the agent of the economy, or we are deciding like we want to become architect. So what you do, and how you become an architect? You study architecture. You want to become an economist? How you can become an economist? You study economics. This is what, and this is how. If you want to become an accountant, so what you do? You study accounting from your universities and then sit in a CPA exam and then you become an accountant. So you want to become this, what you have to do and how you can do this, that's a question we answer all of us. Farmer decide, okay, I want to grow wheat. So how they can grow wheat? They rent a land, they um, plow the field, then plant the seeds, and then water it, and then later on they can harvest it. This is the process. So resource allocate determines the quantity of various goods that are produced. What determines which goods are produced and which are not? Is there some combination of goods that is better than others? Should government intervene? Now, this, you see how much we have to produce this. These individuals are making decision, but ultimately, what is going to happen? The whole society is going to getting this much. Farmers are deciding to grow wheat. So, but there are thousands of farmers that grow wheat, and by this way we combine it. That's the total output of wheat. So, what determines which goods are produced and which are not? Individual deciding, and individual deciding based on their environment and everything. What they why the people become an accountant? Because of they know that accountants make money. They are good, stable. They can hold a good, stable job, or they can do their own, run their own accounting firm. So this is the environment. This is the things that they can dictate. However, if we leave these things only to the market players to decide which one they're going to do, then there is a possibility that one thing is going to be produced more and other things can be produced less, and there is a chance of a shortage. And for that reason, what they do, government intervene. Government intervene in a way that they motivate the people through less taxes or more taxes, subsidies, or incentive schemes to produce this or this, not this or this. So by this way, they penalize the people if they are producing this, or if they are producing this, they're going to give them incentives, and by this way, there is always our outcome is like what the government desire. So that's the way. What is consumed and by whom? That is also that which goods and services going to be consumed or are in demand, and who is going to buy it. So what determines the distribution of a national's total output among its people? Like how we decide, how we divide or distribute, who gets a lot and who gets a little, and why. That's again based on the price mechanism or the government intervention. That's price mechanism means that the one who is going to ready to pay more price, they will get it, and they will get it as much as they want. Or is there any limit or something like this imposed by the? Should government care about its distribution of consumption, and if so, what tools do they have to alter it? Will the economy consume exactly the same goods that it produce? So first, the government intervene. How? They know that if the good is not good, they impose taxes. Like we see cigarettes, they impose taxes. Why? Because the government wants that people consume less. On the other hand, the people give incentives for the child care. Why? Because they want that the child should get a good food, so they provide them that the incentives. So this is the way that government alter the choices that people make to buy or consume those goods. Taxation is one of the way that people use to get the money from those who have lot or more, and redistribute it to the people who don't have. So that's, will the economy consume? What are the resources? Why are resources sometimes idle? Yes, it is possible and it happens all the time. And we see in different countries the level of utility of the resources are different. It's not the same. Like what we are doing in Canada is not possible. It's not the same that people are doing in some other countries. So an economy is operating inside its production possibility boundary. If some resources are idle, that's what I showed you there. Like if we are at point D, it means some resources are idle. That's not consumed. Uh, why some resources are idle? Because of a poor economic policies, or because of some uncertainty, or some um, war, and there are a lot of things that can make it possible that the resources are not fully utilized. Should government worry about the idle resources? Yes, they are worried. They try to change the policies. So is there some reason to believe that occasional idleness is necessary for well functioning economy? Yes, sometimes it is, because if we are utilizing all our resources with a space, so that with a very high speed, then there is a possibility that we depleted all the resources, or depleted the main resource. And if we depleted that, then what we will left for our future generation? And that question is very related to the environment. Like if we start cutting our forests and selling the lumber, so what is going to happen at the end? Forest going to be finished, and that's, it's not good. So we have to cut the forest up to the level that regrowth or regenerate in that way. That's we have to. Is productive capacity growing? Yes, and that's what we call it as an economic growth. You see here the production possibility frontier is moving out. And how is going to be move out? If we are investing in our resources to increase the utility, or the how we can get more resources, and increase in our technology, increase in our human capital. So by these all ways, technology, human capital development, we are it is possible that we can shift our production possibility frontier or a boundary outward. So outward shifting of the production possibility. And that's what we call it as an economic growth. And we see in many countries the production possibility boundary shifts outward very rapidly, or sometimes it's not. In some countries it's not shifting rapidly or not shifting at all. Those countries going to be struggling in their economic situation. And we also, now my the question is it possible that it's going to shift inward production possibility frontier? Yes, it is possible. That is possible by the destruction of their resources, and destruction is possible through natural calamities or a war, these type of things that can destroy their resources. And by this way, the for example, there is a pandemic, or there is some uh, type of war that reduce their labor force. So labor is a resource we just discussed, and their labor force go down. Destruction of buildings, we saw in many areas of the world. The war destroy their buildings, their infrastructure, roads, and all these things. So that's going to be shift their production possibility frontier inward. Now, as so far what we discussed just only economics. What is economics, and how in economics we need to deal with choices, opportunity cost, and all these things. But economics is broadly divided into two main areas. One is focus on issues related to individuals and businesses, and we call it as a microeconomics. and the other area is deal with the nation and the aggregate issues of the nation economy or the worldwide global economy. That's what we call it as a macroeconomics. So question 1 and 2, which we discuss here, like this question 1, what is produced and how, and what is consumed and by whom, is fall within the realm of microeconomics, like what to produce, how to produce, who is going to be consumed, and how much they're going to be consumed. So these are all the questions answered in microeconomics. So microeconomics is the study of the causes and consequences of allocation of resources as it is affected by the working of the price system. As I mentioned, price decide that who is going to buy, and price decide that how much we're going to buy. Question 3 and 4 falls within the realm of macroeconomics. You see here question 3. Why are resources sometimes idle? Because of the government policies at a national level. Is productivity capacity growing? So these are the two questions which comes under macroeconomics. And macroeconomics is the study of the determination of economic aggregates such as total output, unemployment, growth, inflation, exchange rate. So these are the issues what we discuss in macroeconomics. Economics and government policies, as we just discussed with these four questions, that government intervention is required in whenever there is a market failure and we want to fair distribution and provide solution to reduce idle resources and promote economic growth. These are all these four questions, and in this we need some at some point of time the government correct market failures, like there is a uh, externality effect or there is an external cost attached with the some activities, so that there is a need that we have to introduce some laws or bylaws in order to protect the bystanders. So correct market failure results from misallocation of resources. Address fairness, and tax is one of the example of a fairness of distribution of consumption across individuals, like we collect money from those who are earning and distribute it through welfare programs and unemployment benefits towards the people who are not earning. So by this way we try to introduce fairness in the economy. Provide solution to reduce idleness. Yes, the government develop different policies. The objective of these policies is that we use our idle resources. We utilize our resources at maximum. And also we also, what is the objective of utilizing these resources is that we economically grow. So this is the first part we want to discuss in this chapter.